we're not blocking too many
People
people.
always lay their gear out very, very carefully before we actually get to work. So when we do arrive, it's not a very bad rush from us. We have to assess the scene for our own safety, and then we have to set up our working areas very, very carefully. Especially if we're on a very high volume road, we don't want to become part of the accident scene by bypassing the tracks that get into us. The guys will always set up a tool staging area, which you can see on the far side, where we place all the equipment that we're going to need for the rescue. We don't want to be running backwards and forwards the appliance gathering things that we need. We'll also set up an area to put all of the rubbish and the debris that comes off the vehicle. In this case, I think the guys have set it up at the back here. This is part removed from the vehicle and is carefully put into place. Everything we do has to be carefully done because this may be a crime scene and it may be open to investigation. We have to be very careful what we do and what we move. You'll see the plastic sheeting that they put around the patient. The key there is the glass. You don't want to get any glass or any debris on the victim. And we've also got hard protection, which is the board currently being used. So we can use the rescue tool particularly close to the person. Bear in mind, this motor vehicle is not very damaged at all. And in a normal situation, the vehicle would not be in this state. The passenger compartment would be extremely compressed. So working around the victim or patient, the tools could get very close to them. This particular vehicle didn't have any wheels on it when we arrived, which is great. But normally we'd actually have to stabilise the vehicle and we'd use a series of wooden chocks so the vehicle doesn't rotate or rock on its suspension. Those movements can actually accentuate any damage or trauma that may be present in the patient. So you will see on the staging area we have a number of wooden blocks that we would normally use for that purpose. That's currently cutting through the top of the B pillar. And what they're looking to do is to clear a nice pathway that they can get in and they can assess the patient correctly. They'll then determine the extent of the injuries, see whether they can be removed through the side, or whether they need to proceed with removing the entire roof of the motor vehicle. This particular vehicle is of an earlier construction and particularly easy to cut through with the jaws. Some of the more modern vehicles which are built with a higher standard safety can take a little bit more time to actually get through them. And it has been known to actually break the jaws with the amount of steel in some of the European vehicles. So the techniques have had to be refined so that we can actually get the vehicles open very quickly. supply fabric that's currently being put in place. We need to look after ourselves and also the patient. As we start cutting the motor vehicle up, we're exposing a lot of steel work, which can be razor sharp. So the yellow protection is put over any cuts that we have actually completed, so that we can't damage or hurt ourselves as we move in and out of the vehicle. The rescue job today is in ideal conditions. It's the middle of the day and we've got great lighting. Typically we would find that these scenes are in the middle of the night, dark locations, and it's generally raining, which does hamper our rescue efforts quite considerably. So the crew have cut through the windscreen on the front of the vehicle. These windscreens are laminated and are particularly tough, so we have specific saws that can actually deal with that. All the glass has been removed from the vehicle. We do that as a priority when we arrive. With the glass we're very careful. We use a centre punch and we generally dislodge the glass into the doors and inside the vehicle. We're now working on the opposite side of the vehicle on the B pillar. Duncan is about to remove the glass from the rear window using a centre punch. It's a very simple technique which does not cause any disruption to the vehicle. The whole window will just implode and the plastic sheeting is going to stop any glass travel into the front of the vehicle and towards the patient. So that is just one action with a centre punch tool. The plastic sheeting has contained the glass. So the team are now going to start to remove the entire roof of the vehicle by cutting through the C-pillars at the rear. The pillars start at the front of the vehicle. Where the windscreen is our pillar A, the middle pillar is pillar B, the rear is pillar C. So the team will be talking about which pillar they're going to cut. Mark, we're briefing them as to where they're going to go next and do the cutting.